What if you sit in a train and you come to know that zombie virus has spread in this train? This movie is based on this, in which a father boards a zombie train with his daughter. Will these people survive? Watch full video to see this. At the beginning of the movie, we see a truck driver whose truck is hit by a deer. The driver stops the truck and goes to check on the deer. Upon seeing him, he sees that the deer was dead, which makes him very sad. Then he leaves from there. But then suddenly we see that the dead deer stands again in a very strange way, and the color of its eyes had also changed. Looking at her, it seems as that deer has turned into a zombie. In next shot we see Seok-woo, a fund manager at a large firm. We learn that Seok was recently divorced and lives with her daughter, Su-an, whose birthday is tomorrow. Seok was very busy with his work, due to which he could not take care of his daughter properly. Su-an insists on meeting her mother, who lives in Busan. Su-an somehow agrees with him. Then both father and daughter together leave for the railway station, and after reaching there they both sit in the train. On the other side, on the train we see some more people, including a man Sang-woo and his pregnant wife Sang, while we see two sisters In-gil and Jong-gil. There is also a high school basketball team on the train, who are on their way to play a match. There is also a homeless man in the train, who looked very scared. Here the train is about to start when suddenly a girl comes there, who is looking very strange. We notice that there is a bite mark on her leg and she gets on this train. She turns into a zombie and bites a train worker, causing the train worker also infected with zombie virus. Now this zombie virus starts spreading very fast in the whole train and many passengers get infected. The passengers of the train do not understand what is happening and they all start running from one compartment to another to save their lives. Meanwhile, Seok takes his daughter Su-an and moves forward to save from infected people with the zombie virus. In a short while, both of them reach the other coach, where the infection had not spread yet. And all the other people were also hiding in the same coach. Then we see Sang-woo and his wife, who were followed by many zombies, and they both come running there. But till then the door was closed to avoid these people from zombies. At first no one is ready to open the door for the safety of the key, but eventually they open the door and they both come inside. Those people understand that zombies attack them only when they see them. That's why they pour water from a bottle on the door and paste the newspaper on it. After a while, Seok's mom gets a call and on hearing her voice, he understands that she too has become a victim of the virus. The TV on the train shows that the zombie virus has spread across the country and most of the people have been infected. Then there is an announcement that all the passengers get down at Taejun station because the military people are already there to save them. Due to which the passengers will be safe there. But then Seok gets information from his client that the military will quarantine all the passengers upon arrival. Hearing this, Seok asks the men for help, and the man tells him not to come through the main gate and come through the east gate so that his people will pick them both up from there. And as soon as the train stops at Taejun station, all the passengers start moving towards the main gate, but Seok starts going towards the east zone. Just then we see the homeless man who was following Seok. Actually he had overheard Seok and his client. Here, Yeon-suk asks the train driver to take the train to Busan as he has come to know from someone that the whole city has been quarantined and now Busan is their last hope. On the other hand, when all the passengers reach towards the main gate, they see that the military men who were kept for their safety have also infected of this virus. Infected military men attack those people. All the passengers start running here and there to save their lives and there is a stampede in the entire station. Just then, a zombie suddenly attacks Su-an, but Sang-woo saves his life just in time and everyone immediately starts running towards the gate. After this everyone tries to close the gate together. But that gate was made of glass and when there is more pressure, it breaks in a short time. Passengers could not understand what to do and they climb into the train compartment to save their lives. Seok, Sang-woo, and Yeon-guk get into one compartment while Su-an, Sung-jaeon, and the homeless men are in another. Yeon-suk, on the other hand, lives in a compartment with the rest of the passengers. On calling Jaeon, Sang-woo learns that they are trapped in the washroom of coach 13. Yeon-suk says that all the remaining train passengers are hiding in coach 15, then they plan that they will go to coach 9 to save Se-young and Su-an first and then they will go to coach 15. Now as per the plan, all three go ahead fighting the zombies. Meanwhile, he realizes that zombies cannot see in the dark and only react to sound. All three take advantage of this and move from one compartment to another whenever the train passes through the tunnel. Using this technique, they finally reach the washroom of Coach 13 and save everyone. Jin-hee receives a message on the phone from Yong-guk that they are safe and are on their way to Coach 15, but Yeon-suk learns of this and angrily exclaims, "They must have been infected by now and shouldn't be allowed into this compartment. Otherwise everyone will fall prey to the virus." On the other side, those people had to reach Coach 15, and as soon as the next tunnel comes, all start moving towards the next coach. But then suddenly the homeless man falls down, and while trying to help him, the tunnel passes. Now once again the zombies can see them all and they attack them. Sang-hwa tries his best to close the door, but the door won't close and Sang-hwa is bitten by a zombie. On the other hand, the door of Coach 15 was not opening from Yong-guk as it was locked from inside. Seeing no way out, Yong-guk finally breaks the rope by hitting the gate with a bat. By now Sang-hwa has understood that he too will turn into a zombie in no time, and that is why he asks Suk to take care of Jaeyoung and leave. He talks to his wife for the last time and tells the name of his future child. We see that In-gil also becomes a victim of the zombies in this stampede. As Coach 15 arrives, Suk begins to beat up Yong-suk. He tells her that people have lost their lives because of her. Today the rest of the people would also be alive if he had not closed the door. But here Yong-suk starts instigating people that these people are also infected, due to which they are isolated in another compartment. That's when Jong-gil notices his sister, who has become a zombie by now. She gets very emotional and opens the door and joins her sister. But due to this mistake, all the zombies enter the coach and infect all the people one by one. Now only those people who were in the second compartment are left. Suk gets a call from his assistant and tells him that the virus has started spreading from Vice Biotech. And this was the same company whose shares were sold by Suk. Then the driver of the train informs all the remaining passengers that due to track blockage, the train has to be stopped at Taejun station itself, and he is going to bring another train on the track on their left. When the train arrives on the left track, they immediately board the train to board it. On the other hand, we learn that Yong-suk and an attendant survived the zombie attack because they both hid in the washroom and they both overheard the driver. As the attendant man opens the washroom door to go out, Yong-suk throws him to a zombie to save her life. Then they themselves leave to catch another train. In the next scene, we see everyone else leaving to catch another train. But then suddenly a burning train crashes there, leaving Suk and Yong-suk separated from everyone else. After this, they go to the other side to catch the train. Meanwhile, Yong-suk arrives there, and to save his life once again, he throws Jin-hee as a zombie. Soon, Jin-hee also becomes a zombie, and then she bites Yong-suk as well, due to which he too becomes a zombie. Yeon-suk falls down while running and is bitten by a zombie. When the driver of the train comes to help him, he throws the driver of the train towards the zombies and himself runs towards the engine. Now we see the homeless man on the run who sacrifices himself to save Suk's life. Then all three somehow get on the moving train, which was started by that train driver. But then Yeon-suk emerges from the cabin, who has now become a zombie. Suk tries to stop her and somehow makes her fall off the train. But during this fight Yeon-suk had bitten him, due to which he also started getting infected. Suk realizes he doesn't have much time before he too turns into a zombie, and Suk takes Su-an to the cabin and gives Su-an instructions on the brakes so he can stop the train when it reaches Busan. He talks to his daughter one last time, then jumps off the train. Even while dying, he remembers those moments when he first lifted his daughter in his hands. Now the train finally reaches Busan. Su-an and Jaeyoung get off the train and start crossing a tunnel. There are military deployed on the other side of the tunnel, who thought zombies were coming from the tunnel. They were about to fire when they hear the sound of a song, which was sung by Su-an, and they understand that they are survivors. Su-an was singing the same song which she wanted to sing for her father, but today she was singing in his memory, and with this the movie ends. How did you like this movie? Do tell us by commenting. And do subscribe to our channel.